Welcome in, friends. Hello, hello. I hope everybody is doing well. So we're in an event today, and so we are with Julie's event group today. It is definitely a little early for me, so I'm still a little sleepy, y'all. So please forgive me for that. But let's get ourselves sprinkled out here. Thank you, dear. Hello there, Miss Christina. Welcome in. Hello, hello to everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. So I'm in Miss Julie's event group today, and it is April Showers Brings May Flowers event. And before me was Miss Linda, and now we're still Miss Julie, who I wasn't sure who's up after me. I think there's a break after me. But then there's a day full of crafters, so make sure that you stay tuned. And you can watch everybody in the event group. It is a free group. The link is in my description. So definitely make sure that you check it out. That way you can see everybody. And yeah, hopefully everybody is doing well today. Okay, so let's get started. And like I said, hopefully, I'm still like half asleep here, so y'all forgive me on that end. This is early for me. This is early for me. But yeah, so let's get rolling, okay? Okay, let me bring you guys down. So I have I have this paper that I did on my jelly print plate. Okay. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Hey there, Miss Linda. How are you, my sweet friend? So this is paper that I did on my jelly print, okay? And work out really good. And then I have this printable here as well. So we're gonna work a little bit with both things. And we're going to create. And then I also have I have this little card here. It is technically a tarot card, and I have some buttons. So we're gonna play around with this. Yes, I know, very early for me. I know. So we're doing virtual classes today. This is the only reason why I could take this spot. Because if not, you guys know you see me late at night. So, but I am still like half asleep. So y'all forgive me if I seem like I'm dragging. It is because I'm dragging, okay? I'm just saying. So we're gonna like I said, I have a few things out, but I do want to try to create something fun, and we're gonna do that. Oh yeah, definitely charge your phone for sure. We definitely don't want that we don't want the phone to get uncharged, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and let me get one of these little girls off of here. These little buttons remind me of like the Bonnet Sue girls. I think it's just super cute. So yeah, thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate it, especially this early for me. So I do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. And again, stay in the event group because you know we will be you know, we will be here for all day having people here. Hey there, Sibs, how are you? So I was thinking if we put her like in the middle here with the umbrellas, I think she would look really cute, and then we could take her and put her on top of the background. We might need to trim this down so that we don't have all of the white But I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to trim the side of this because I don't like how wide it is. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the white. So this is a card. Like I said, this is actually this is a tarot card, and I love playing with different cards, making ATCs, all kinds of things. I think it's so much fun to, you know, take, so I always have different playing cards, oracle cards, things of that nature, which I think are just absolutely awesome and make for great, you know, ways to make little bits of art, if that makes any sense, you know. I think it's a really great way to make little bits of art. See, now the back of this is green, and I actually kind of like the back of it, so we may actually just flip this over and give it a border. Okay, but for now, let's go ahead and glue our little girl down. So she is in the middle of all of the umbrellas, okay, which is like I said, what I really like about this part. So I'm gonna use a little bit of my Fabri-Tac for her. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use my glossy accents to glue this together. I think it'll actually work better. So I'm gonna grab my glossy accents, and yes, you can use your glossy accents to as an adhesive. So if you've never used glossy accents, I love using glossy accents for so many things, and it actually is a good adhesive, especially for like little resin things like this. It really does work well. Biggest issue is because I'm at the end of the bottle, I do need to get some more. At some point I'll buy some more. And hello there, Miss Bonnie, welcome in. Hey there, Miss Lindell. Thank you guys for popping in. Like I said, I know this is really early for me, but I'm so glad. After I get done, I have to hop on and see my students. Like I said, today we are doing virtual classes because our other instructor was over the weekend in Washington, D.C. receiving an award for the American Mother. She got one for the state. She was nominated as the American Mother Award for Georgia. So she was there. So we are virtual today. So yeah, I hope everybody's been doing well. Put my little Bonnet Sue button right here in the middle, and then we'll give that glossy accents a little bit of time to grab hold. And let's see if I can push down this so that it doesn't get stuck again. So yeah. Okay. Hi. So how is everybody? Like I said, we're going to reuse this because I like how it's got the green, which is very, very springy color. So we're definitely going to reuse that here in a bit. And then I'm thinking that this would look really cute. I like the bees. I like the one that has the little bees in the background. We could really try to focus on having the bees on the background. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and trim my paper down. Go ahead and cut it in half. And this was done with a 5x7 gel print plate. And if you've ever played with gel prints, you know it's a lot of fun to do. And then, where did my little thing go to? And I have this, but I don't want to do the shadow box part. I'm going to do this back side. So we're going to go ahead and prep my surface for doing this. So we're going to take this off, and we're going to go ahead and take that off as well. And then I always say save the sawtooths that I get, because these things, you know, you can always repurpose these and use them later when you do other projects. But this is going to be a little sitting project, so I'm going to use the shadow box part for a different project. So we're going to go ahead and that's not going to work. Let me grab my, no, that's not going to work either. Where are my pliers? Did you go? Aha, here you go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get all of this off. And then I do want to try to get these little nails off if I can. Well, they're more staples than they are nails. So we'll see if I can get these off. But how's everybody doing on this Monday morning? What do you guys have planned for the day? Or for this week? Because like I said, the week is just starting, guys. Like it is crazy. A whole new week already, right? A whole new week. Let me see if I have another pair of pliers that might work better for this. No, those will not work. I don't know if I can grab with this. Oops. All that didn't go as planned. That just broke. So, we gotta prep our surface, right? We gotta prep our surface. So anybody got anything that we're doing this week? Anything exciting that we're looking forward to? You do need to rest, my friend. Resting is important. You know, resting and recovering is always a very important thing to do, you know? What is up with these things and just breaking today? What in the world? Wow, At least not it's broken to where it won't poke me. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, good. You have occupational therapy. That's good. That'll definitely help, right? That'll help with the recovery. So that's important to do. That's important to do. That's an important thing for this week. That is a big, big step, my dear. Paperwork for your retirement. How do you feel, Miss Sheila? You know, I know when it came time for my mom to retire, it was a little bittersweet for her because, you know, she'd been doing it for so long that, yeah, in a sense, she was tired and she was ready to be home and whatnot, but at the same time, she was gonna miss having, you know, being there with like her co-workers and just all that kind of stuff, right? Your allergies. Oh, I'm so sorry, Miss Julie. Hopefully you get to feel better. That really does not sound like any fun. Oh, you're gonna be inking dishes. That sounds like a lot of fun, Miss Bonnie. Are you gonna use them for decoration, or are they going to be, will you be able to use them like to eat with? Because I have no clue about that part, so I'm just gonna try to sand this a little bit. Make sure that I'm not gonna get any splinters or stuck by anything, because that's the last thing I want. I'm gonna actually try to get that pushed down just a tad bit more so it doesn't stab me. Hi there, Miss Kimberly. How are you? Hello, 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 friend. So yeah, so it, like I said, this is definitely very early for me, but with us being virtual today, that allowed me to be able to take such an early time, which was good because all the other times had been taken already when I went to go sign up. So, you know. Okay. So I want to see if I'm going to have enough. I don't think I'm going to have enough. So that means we're going to have to paint the background, because I'm not going to have enough of this, because this is larger than my print is. Okay. I know you can't wait. You got so many goodies, girl. You got so many goodies coming to you. All right. So, you know what? Because let's accentuate, and let me go grab some pink and let's paint that in some pink. Figure out where my pink is. Without knocking everything down. So we're going to have to accentuate this with some pink. Try to bring out a little bit of that color, even from her little dress. So we'll just go ahead and do some pink. I have to start working today on my example journal for the retreat, for my retreat in July, so that everybody can see what it's going to look like. So I will have to work on that. Plus, I'm also going to be working on 2 baby albums, baby memory albums. So y'all may end up getting to see me craft a little bit around those and see what I'm doing. See how I make those baby albums. Because y'all, my sister and my best friend are both pregnant. So I gotta get those rolling and get them out to them. Hello there, sweet. How are you, Nika? How you doing, my friend? My bestie. I'm up early. What you up to? So we'll try to, I don't know why this pink is being so like translucent. Y'all seen this? See how translucent this pink is? It's definitely not what I needed it to be, but it's being very, very much a pain in the rear this morning. Try to get this dry so we can put another one. No, you're not the pregnant one. No, no, no. No, not you. That would be something, though. Girl, we done. Our kids are grown and doing their thing or trying to figure out what their thing is. I told my sister, I'm like, oh my gosh, woman. Like, you do you, but you ain't gonna find me in my 40s trying to run after a kid. That ain't happening. I mean, don't get me wrong. 6 years ago, 8 years ago, when me and Gare first got together, maybe, but nah, no, not now. I'm good. Yeah, and then my friend was like, I'll say she had the audacity. She was like, yeah, she's like, oh, your sister's pregnant too, and I'm like, yeah, I know, isn't that crazy? She's like, yeah, all we need is for you to be pregnant. That way we'll do the trio. I was like, ain't happening. I was like, even if it was possible, me and Gary are excited for all kids being grown, and it's just us. You know, when the time comes for grandbabies, we'll spoil the bejeebers out of them and then send them back home. But only raising I'm gonna do is gonna be cats. If we gotta take in kitties or something, but that's about it. Okay, I'm just saying, that's about it. Miss Chandra, yeah, you don't have no kids. I hear you. I have a friend who they never had kids either, and that's fine. I mean, you can love on other children. And so, like, with my friend, like, she's only 2 years younger than me, so I get it. It's, you know, her first marriage and everything else, so yes, very happy for her. My sister, she's got a 21-year-old. It's like, jeepers. Hey, handsome. Well, come and give me a kiss then.
You come give me a kiss. How about I meet you halfway?
Love you too. Try to rest.
I don't try.
Your kids are all grown up? Yeah, we've got one kiddo left in the house. She'll be 18 in June. So I am grateful for adult kids. But yeah, she has a 21-year-old. Finally got married, and she thought she was actually going through menopause, and come find out, no, she was pregnant. So like I said, happy for her, I guess. Her husband's never had kids. He's actually younger than her. So yeah, you know, I mean, like I told her, I was like, girl, I can't. Like, you are not gonna see me. And like I said, my sister, she's actually older than me. Like, you're not gonna see me running after a kid. I ain't got the energy for that no more. See, there you go. You have nieces and nephews, all the ones to love on. And that's what I told hubby. I was like, you know what? I was like, you know, we had tried, and things didn't work out. Lord knows why. It was sad and it was hard. But God knows why he does things. And so, like, we have his younger brother has several children. So, you know, I've been loving on the nieces and nephews, and like I said, whenever our kids give us grandkids, we'll love on them. That's good. We're good. You know. God knows what he does. He always does. Okay. So I like how that's looking. And I like how we gave it the little edge. I am going to ink it. Y'all know I love to ink my stuff. So I'm going to ink it, and I am going to do it in my vintage photo. My oldest is, will be 24. And he just moved in with his girlfriend. So we shall see. But for he's been single and working hard for a long time, and now he has a girlfriend, and they recently moved. He moved in with her, and you know, I just pray everything works out. We will see how that goes. My second oldest is definitely not looking at getting married or anything like that. He is in the Navy. He is stationed currently over in Japan. They're actually moving him from base. He's going to go do recon training with the Marines. Because he's a medic, so he's the doc for the Marines. So he's going to go do some recon training with them at another base for the next several months. So that's what he will be doing. And yeah, he's enjoying life. He's never really been into like relationships and things like that. And then my daughter's far from it. I mean, she's 18 and she just does not want to have. She says that the guys around here are way too immature, or at least any of the ones she's ever met, and she doesn't want to have nothing to do with them. And I'm like, hey, that's fine. I'm like, considering that, you know, at her age, I already had a child, my oldest. I'm like, hey, I'm totally fine with that. You know, rather you take your time. Alright, so I have my little glue mixture here, which is just school glue and distilled water, and this is what I use as my Mod Podge, okay? So we're going to give this a little, and I like to use for my glue, I bought these at Harbor Freight. They're the 36 pack of Acid Shop brushes. Heavy duty, horsehair bristles, handle everything from glue to oil. So these have actually worked out really good. They clean actually really well, and they were really cheap for a 36 pack. And this way I'm saving my brushes, because I have ruined so many of my paintbrushes to Mod Podge stuff on or use glue on them, and you know, it's just, this has been a saver. This has just been a lifesaver. So if you do a lot of like decoupaging, which I do a lot of because I love working with paper in all forms, in all formats, and if you do have a Harbor Freight next to you, maybe go and see if you can find some. And then my bonus kiddo, who is 19, he's just working, not currently dating anybody, or at least nobody serious enough to bring him home. So nobody's serious enough to bring him home to meet the parents. So it, you know, we're all good, I guess, in that sense. Alright, I'm gonna dry this just a little bit because I am gonna do the iron-on method. And this just helps to ensure that when you go to place things down, you can move them around however you want without, you know, trying to pull things up and down and everything else. Now, don't get me wrong, this is heavier paper than a napkin or something of that nature, but I still would rather not have to like pick it up and try to move it. So we're going to go right about there with it. Get my piece of parchment paper out, my little mini iron, and we are going to just iron this on. And what it does, the heat from the iron reactivates your glue, with, again, whether it's Mod Podge, school glue, and this helps it to adhere and not to have wrinkles. This is especially good with napkins or tissue paper or decoupaging paper, because they're very thin papers and they tend to wrinkle on you. And then again, if they're wet and you go to put them down and you try to pull them because you didn't have it straight, you'll go to tear it, and we don't want that, right? Okay, so here is my cute little girl, and remember, I do want to end up adding this back on. So for now, let's get her over here, and I am going to end up covering up here this 8 of Wands, because obviously I'm not looking at this as a tarot card. I'm looking at it as it has the cute imaging on it. So, you know, that's what I'm looking at. Now, this card does have a little bit of gloss on it, and to be able to stick it something like this, it just give it a little bit of some sandpaper just to get some of that gloss off, so that we have exposed the paper underneath, and that way the glue will actually adhere, you know. So if you've ever worked with any type of playing card, you'll notice that they have this little like plastic film on them. You need to clear that off, okay? You need to clear this off so that you can actually make that adhesion, okay? What are we looking at? You staring at my little gator there? Y'all, that little sander, that is Walmart, baby. You can also get them on Amazon as well. But I actually picked mine up at Walmart. Let me tell you, I know we're crafters, and I know that we tend to think that we always have to go to a craft supply place. But, you know, hardware stores, y'all, hardware stores can be your best friend too. Let me just say. Alright? Hardware stores are a crafter's friend. I mean, you can get all kinds of things at the hardware store that we can craft with. So, I mean, I like my power tools. I have a small hammer that I keep in a little mini toolbox. I have my screwdrivers, but you know, I mean, wood dowels you can go and get. You can get the little wedges. They make great little like Christmas trees and things of that nature. You can also get things, I forget what they're called, but they look like a pedal, and I've used them to make flowers with. They're like little wood chips, you know. So yeah, the amount of things that you can get at a hardware store, let me tell you, you know, that you can craft with. So you don't have to always stick to a Michael's, or, well, we don't have a Joann's anymore, or a what is it, a Hobby Lobby. You know, we can find things to craft with in other places. And of course, you know, there's always the dollar stores. Those you can find things. Like, how many people, you know, stare at napkins all the time? Like, I can't go to y'all can't take me places. I'll go to parties or get invited someplace, and I'll be like, oh, this is a cute napkin design, and I'll take an extra one home so that I can craft with. I tell you, y'all just can't take me nowhere, cause my creative brain be always thinking. It doesn't shut off. It just doesn't. Ha ha ha, very funny. Very funny. And that is on a little wonky, but you know what? It'll be fine. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of some flowers on here. I do have my bag of little florals that I want to add. And I actually have these really cute ones right here. So these are kind of, they're kind of like see-through-ish. But there's this purple one, which I think would look really cute. And then, of course, I have some pinks. That's going to be too pale. Here's another pink one we could use as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the ends of these little metal pieces off so we can start creating with them. And for this, I will turn on my heat tool, just to give us a little bit of some extra glue right there. See how cute that is? And then let's see how this one will look. Hopefully this one will look okay with it, because I really do want to add one of these purple ones. I think they are just so cute. And lordy lord, this is being a pain. So let's see if we can take this paper wrapping off, because that's gonna make it way too bulky. We definitely don't need that. Thank you. I appreciate you, dear. I really do. So yeah, so now that I took the, the floral tape off, it exposed these, so I definitely have to use a little bit of glue there to hold it, because like I said, I do want to have that purple one there, because I think it just looks so cute. And I don't know if this blue one would look right. No, maybe not the blue one. Maybe we'll find a white one to go. I have white or cream. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I like this one a little bit better. So we're gonna do this one. Find us one that we can cut off. And y'all stay tuned, because we have a day filled with creators. And you can see all of the crafters that are going to be in the event. They will be shared into Miss Julie's group, which is Julie's Crafting Events. And the link is in my description, so you can find it there. Okay, let's get this. It's almost warm enough. Almost warm enough. If my husband were here, he'd be like, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. He likes to mess with me. Like I said, he likes to tease me. And then like I said, I want to put something here that is more. So, I mean, we could write something like, we could write April showers brings May flowers. We could totally write that and make it into like a little banner. So while my glue warms up, and how about we do it in purple? Let's see if it'll look good in purple. So I'm just using a small Sharpie. April showers brings May flowers. Why do you have to fall on me? I don't like my handwriting, but it is what it is. Okay, so up next is going to be Miss Vicky from This Chick Crafts. So please make sure that you go and watch her, along with all of the rest of the creators that will be on today, okay? So y'all make sure that you stay watching the event. There's a really nice lineup of crafty ladies, so make sure that you stay tuned, okay? See, and we can put that right there. So let's glue that part down first. And before we do that, we're going to ink the edges. Just make this. And you can use other colors. I just really love my vintage photo and walnut stain. I love my like brown because it kind of like makes it look older. But you can definitely ink with colors in here. You know, we are looking at all the bright colors and things, so you could definitely do that. Alright, and then I'm just going to grab my glue right quick, put this down, and if it decides to come out today, me and this glue nozzle have been at odds here lately. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, dear. I appreciate it. What are you after? I'm sorry, I'm looking outside my window and I see one of my cats is all hunkered down in the grass. Like it's after something. Y'all, never a dull moment with these kitties. Let me tell you, never a dull moment. They're always... As long as they keep their hunt outside, we're fine. The problem is that they like to bring bring their little, you know, prizes indoors, and that's the part I don't like. They can keep that junk outside. Okay, so let's get this all added up. Ah, bling it. I mean, you could put some bling around the edge for sure. You know, that would work. Okay. This is about as bling as it's gonna get on my end. Of course, we're gonna have all the glue strings. Because, of course, that's what it's gonna do. I wish it was just a roach. We've had a little baby brown snake was brought in. We've had a dead field mouse and a live one brought in. Yeah, that's why I said they can keep their little hunts outside. Then there was a little mole that was out. Thank God they left that one outside. And then a little bird. Tell you, these cats are terrorists out here. They're bringing terror to everything. Oh, and let's not even count the amount of lizards, okay? But the lizards kind of do it to themselves because they come into the house and then they just have all the cats after them. I'm just saying. So that's super cute, right? Now my friend said some bling. All right, let me see. Let me grab my bling. See what bling we can add to it. see if one of these will fit it. We can add some bling. I mean, look, that's the colors, right? Those are the colors we're using. That'd be a cute one. I actually like that one a lot. That's 2 3D. And then there's that one. I also have a small. I have 2 small butterflies. I think a butterfly would look really cute. I know you do. I know you do. So the question is going to be, which one do we use? Should we use that ombre one, which is actually more of a clay piece? We could add this butterfly. Then I have this smaller butterfly, and I have then this small butterfly. I do have bling, I just don't use it as much. And then, or this one. Both? Okay, now. One large and one small. One large and one small. Alright. So we're going to do that. We're going to do exactly that. Alright. So let me get my things out to take these pieces off. Yes, you would be very proud of me. I do have bling, my dear. I just don't use it as much. The ombre one is cool. Yeah, I'm going to include the ombre one because I think this one really matches like so well. Gotta cut these pieces off first though. Ombre and a small one. Yep, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna do an ombre and a small one. Okay, so much for I asked Gary to give me a pair of things that would cut. I think he needs to sharpen these. Something. Okay. There we go. There we go. Alright, so now for this, we're gonna need some E6000 though. Because if not, it's not gonna hold. So we're gonna put some E6000 on this. And just to be on the safe side, we'll add a... Now we have to place it right. Very funny. I can place it right. Look at this one. We'll put this one right here. And then we'll put the smaller one up top there. Right? I think that'll look really cute. But I want, where are my fabric scraps? Here we go. So this is a little bit of like blingy tulle in pink. Oh, that's good. So I'm going to put this little bit of blingy tulle up here. And that's going to help to accentuate our cute little butterfly. There we go. Other than there's a cat hair right there. We went fancy this morning. Yes, we went fancy this morning. I think it came out really cute. What y'all think? Hmm? Yeah, I think it did. I think it came out really, really nice. And we went fancy. We went a little fancy. I like it. Not my usual, but that is okay. We can always do not usual. It's always good to come out of your comfort zone a little bit, right? And play with some things. Make sure we get all of this off before I end up poking myself with something. Because it sure as heck is not. But yeah, I have bling. I just don't tend to use it as much. But I got bling for sure. I got all kinds of little bling things. So. Y'all like that one right there? Ah, thank you. What do you guys think about putting this one here with the little bird? Yes, of course. Y'all tell me what you think about the birdie. I think the birdie is cute. And I think it will kind of like finish to tie it in. Yeah? Okay. So then we're going to add it as well. Cause yeah, I think it kind of needed something up in that corner. Oh. Yes to the bird, huh? See. I got some ideas. I know it's just not my usual that you guys see, but hey, I can do it too. See, that came out really cute. So thank you guys for hanging out with me this morning. I do appreciate you guys coming and hanging with me. It really does make it even more special. So here is our cute little sitter. Alright. And I think it came out really cute. So April showers will bring all of the Mayflowers and butterflies and birds and all of the things. So stay tuned to the event. Stick around. Watch what everybody is making. And again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. I love you. You're awesome too.